Okay, now that we've had a chance to sort of calm down from that wild Jimmy from Philly call, let's go back to the phone lines at 617-830-4750 and see what's on people's minds, starting with our caller from the 928 area code. Who is calling today from 928?
Hey, David, this is Sean.
Hey, Sean, what's going on?
I'm just curious, why is no one talking about, so I know it's a law that says election day has to be the second Tuesday or whatever. Why
Well,
aren't they
I think the
talking
way
about
it's technically,
making
it's
it,
the first Tuesday after the first Monday. So it couldn't be the first of the
yeah,
month, I guess is the idea.
why is no one talking about, since that's a law, why don't they just extend it? Like, I've always questioned why it's not on a weekend anyway. So why don't they talk about making it, the week instead of just one day?
Okay, well,
And that would
people
kind of
do talk
alleviate the
about change.
mail-in.
People do talk about either making Election Day a federal holiday, although it's unclear the net benefit of that because a lot of people work on holidays anyway. It would just kind of like change who's able to vote. There's a discussion about voting on the week. All of these things have been discussed, but it's very difficult to do. It certainly isn't going to happen between now and November. But is there some particular reason why you think this time around it should be done?
Well, because of the pandemic, right? You could spread out. You could say, if you have a last name A to D, you
Got it.
go on Tuesday. E to J Wednesday, whatever.
So the easier way to do it legally would be instead of extending voting to multiple days, you would just start every day. So right now, early voting in states that have it, it's usually only a few polling places and it's limited hours. The way to do what you're suggesting, I think, Sean, would be on October 27th, we say polls open today and they will be open through the end of November 3rd and right. So start with a full day early voting in all polling places. That would probably be the simplest way to do it legally and logistically.
Right. So instead of this stupid argument about mail-in ballots and fraud that's not going to happen, why don't the states just start talking about that? I haven't heard anything about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not being discussed because I just don't think most governors are going to do it. And logistically, to keep polling places, people volunteer months ahead of time to do poll work on one day. If you're going to say we're now going to have 7 days of poll work, it is a logistical nightmare. And I get why it's not being discussed. But as an idea, I think it's a good one.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
you don't think it's going to happen ever that we extend election day to more than one day?
I don't think it's going to
Or
happen
move it to
this
a
year,
weekend?
but I'm open to it. Who can say what will happen in the future?
Right. So basically, Democrats would have to have 2/3 of the vote, right, in the Senate in order for that law to actually pass.
Well, it would probably be easier to do it at the state level because governors control early voting. So you don't even have to do it in the Senate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Thanks, Dave.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it. People are thinking. That's good. I like to see that.